The county lines crackdown, while producing impressive numbers, such as the 1,600 arrests and the seizure of £3 million worth of drugs, raises questions about the effectiveness and the sustainability of these operations. This intensification week comes across as a publicity stunt rather than a comprehensive strategy, and gives the impression of a sporadic rather than a systemic approach to tackling one of the UK's most exploitative criminal models. And it doesn't give the impression that there's any routine effort being made by the police to tackle drugs and crime across the UK. This is a knee-jerk publicity stunt from a knee-jerk approach that should never be anything to sing about. In fact, all it does is to highlight the inadequacy of our policing. The policing minister, Dame Diana Johnson's emphasis on these heartless gangs and safeguarding over 1,400 exploited individuals, half of whom are children, well, that's laudable, isn't it? But the knee-jerk fanfare surrounding these raids does little to address the root causes of county lines exploitation, such as poverty, family breakdown, and the failures in the system to protect children and to provide proper education. And in the end, it's education, and it's getting the message out that this is not an appropriate way to live that must be the target, not these intensification weeks. The closure of 261 county lines in 1 week may seem significant, but with an estimated 5,500 to 6,500 lines active across the UK, it's a mere drip in the water. It barely scratches the surface. The reliance on vulnerable children as runners, in addition, highlights the severe human cost of these operations, with gangs exploiting the vulnerabilities of the system to maintain their networks. Arrests and weapon seizures are necessary, but without consistent preventative measures, they serve as a mere plaster, a sticking plaster on a hemorrhaging wound. And the emergence of synthetic opioids in the UK's drug market highlights, in addition, an alarming evolution in the drug trade. And when you've got these intensification weeks, it is a demonstration how the focus for policing remains on reactive enforcement rather than proactive solutions, such as robust community support, better resourcing of social services, targeted education campaigns to prevent recruitment. And critics rightly question the government's priorities. Raids may generate headlines and political capital, but they lack a long-term integrated strategy, and they demonstrate, they point to the inadequacy that leaves communities grappling with the same issues again and again, no matter how many intensification weeks may be celebrated. True success requires ongoing investment in preventative measures, improved social mobility, and addressing the underlying factors that allow county lines networks to flourish in the first place. So while the numbers in this last exercise may be worth noting, this episodic approach to tackling drugs and crime risks perpetuating the very cycles of exploitation that it claims to combat. If the goal is genuine progress, then the government must focus less on the optics of another intensification week and more on sustained change of the system.